something new to me called Pango. I had not heard of it before. I discovered it, and oh, what a treasure that I did. I was able to grab all of these books for a super amazing price. So come on, let's talk about the books that I got. Let's chat all about it. Go ahead and grab your tea, go ahead and grab your coffee, and chat with your friend. Christy, you said you would not be buying any more books and having any more book hauls. Well, actually, that was before I was failing my classes and I needed a little bit of help and assistance to get me through. So I told myself, if I finish the assignment, I get to buy a book. And I finished the assignments, so I got to buy some books. Okay, so I have 4 books that are middle grade. I have one book that I think is what they call rom-com. I'm new to that genre, so I'm not sure. I have one book that is religion, Christian life, and then I have 3 books that are, of course, my favorite, biblical fiction. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this book, and this book is called The Wedding Party. It's by Jasmine Guillory. I don't think that this book is a clean book. I'm not sure, but I'll let you know on this. Let's go ahead to the middle grade that I have. So this one is Inside Out and Back Again. It says, for all the 10 years of her life, Ha has only known Saigon. The thrills of its markets, the joy of its tradition, the warmth of her friends close by, and the beauty of her very own papaya tree. But now the Vietnam War has reached her home. Ha and her family are forced to flee as Saigon falls, and they board a ship headed toward hope. This is the moving story of one girl's year of change, dreams, grief, and healing as she journeys from one country to another, from one life to the next. And the lady put this thank you and joy, and I thought that was really cute on there. The next book is Chains. It says Laurie Halsey Anderson, author of The Speak and Fever, 1793 Chains. It is a National Book Award nominee. So I really love a book that gives you a little bit more about the book. But that's okay. This one is Mercy. Cerez changes gears. It says Mercy has never been liked by the other kids at Seawall Pines Academy. She doesn't have a big house or take fancy vacations. She's a scholarship student who lives with her extended family in 3 little houses they call La Casitas. And she knew 6th grade would be different, but she didn't know how different. And not just at school. Back at La Casietas, her beloved grandfather has been acting strangely, and no one will tell Mercy what's going on. What will it take to make her family face the issue they have all been avoiding? Next one, I have The Donut Fix. It says Tristan isn't gifted or talented like his sister Janine, and he's always been okay with that because he can make a perfect chocolate chip cookie, and he lives in the greatest city in the world. But his life takes a turn from the rest when his parents decide to move to the middle of nowhere, Petersville, a town with 1 street and no restaurants. His suspicions about his new town are confirmed when he's tricked into believing the local general store has life-changing chocolate cream donuts, when in fact the owner hasn't made them in years. And so begins the only thing that can make life in Petersburg worth living: getting the recipe, making the donuts, and bringing them back to the town through his very own donut stand. But Tristan will soon discover when starting a business, it has to be both gifted and talented, and he's bitten off more than he can chew. So for my husband, I grabbed this Tony Evans Kingdom Man. And it said, tired of dragging yourself from work to home to church to bed and back again, just going through the motions? God created you for something bigger, more exciting, more manly. God wants you to change the world, or at least your corner of it. Better yet, he wants you to have the adventure of a lifetime doing it. He's got a rim for you to rule, people to protect, missions to accomplish, and he's promised to give you everything you need to succeed. Follow Dr. Tony Evans as he leads the charge towards meaningful manhood. You'll see why he loves being a man, and why your loved ones will thank you for reading this book. The enemy doesn't want you to know it, but you're not the man that you think you are. You're a whole lot more. Starting now, you can be a kingdom man. And my favorite, woo! Look at this, yes. I love it. An ambitious tyrant threatens genocide against the Jews. An unexperienced young queen must take the stand for her people. When Xerxes, king of Persia, issues a call for beautiful young women. Hadassah, a Jewish orphan living in Susa, is forcefully taken to the palace of the pagan ruler. After months of preparation, the girl, known to the Persians as Esther, wins the king's heart and a queen's crown. But because her situation is uncertain, she keeps her ethnic identity a secret until she learns that an evil and ambitious man has won the king's permission to exterminate all Jews, young, old, powerful, and helplessness. Purposely violating an ancient Persian law, she risked her life in order to save her people and bind her husband's heart. Woo! Cannot wait to read that. Next up, I have Bathsheba. And this one says, one of ancient Israel's most famous women, you've never looked at her before. One of the Bible's most misunderstood and misjudged women, Bathsheba, comes to life in this new biblically reimaging from Angela Hunt. Combining historical fiction with detailed fiction, this is an eye-opening portrait that will have you reconsidering everything you thought you knew about her. After receiving God's promise of a lifelong reign and eternal dynasty, King David forces himself on Bathsheba, a loyal soldier's wife. When her resultant pregnancy forces the king to murder her husband and add her to his harem, Bathsheba struggles to protect her son while dealing with the effects of a dark prophecy and a deadly curse on the king's household. I have one more book that I want to share with you guys, and I have to go because the kids are coming in. It's time just to get going with the day. I didn't give myself enough time to get out here early enough. But this one says, this is Judah's wife. This one says, seeking quiet and safety after a hard childhood, Leah marries Judah, a strong and gentle man. And for the first time in her life, Leah believes she'll have peace. But the very nation Judah was named for has been conquered by a cruel king who decrees that all Jews are to conform to Syrian laws or risk their own death for following the law of Moses. Judah's father resists the decree, igniting a war that will cost him his life. But before dying, he commands Judah to pick up the sword and continue the fight or bear responsibility for the liberation of Israel. Leah, who wants nothing more but peace, struggled with her husband's decision. What kind of God would destroy the peace she has sought for so long? The miraculous story of the courageous Maccabees is told through the eyes of Judah's wife, who learns that love requires courage and sacrifice. I am so excited about these books. I cannot wait. Of course, you know what my 3 favorites are. Yes, I am so excited about these books. Oh, you know what? I think that I have one more coming that I don't have yet. I thought that I had all of the books here, and you know what? I have one more book that did not arrive. These came from 2 different people, 3 different people, and then all of these came from one more person, just 4. So I think that there is one more book that I did not get yet, and so I will just add that until the end of this clip. Okay, these are the 2 books that had not come in from Pango. These were the last shipment that was coming, and it came all the way from Texas. Aren't these books look at her. Oh my goodness. Oh, this cover. Whew, she is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So I cannot wait to read these 2 books. This one is Delilah, a treacherous beauty, a dangerous beauty novel. And this one is A Woman of Words. And they are both by Angela Hunt. So this one says, a complex and compelling glimpse of one of the Bible's most notorious women. Life has not been easy, especially not for a woman and child alone. When beautiful, wounded Delilah finds herself begging for food to survive, she resolves that she will find a way to defeat all the men who have taken advantage of her. She will overcome the roadblocks life has set before her, and she will find riches and victory for herself. When she meets a legendary man called Samson, she senses that in him lies the means for her victory. By winning, seducing, and betraying the Hebrew of the Hebrews, she will attain a position of natural prominence. After all, she is beautiful, charming, smart. No man, even a supernatural gifted strong man, can beat her in the war of wits. Sorry, I'm reading through this camera lens, and normally I just read to you guys. Could the greatest calling of their lives still be ahead of them. Mary, mother of Yeshua, is nearing 60, and although she still delights in serving alongside the disciples, she has begun to feel her age and experience fading memories. She feels compelled to record the stories of Yeshua's life while the eyewitnesses are still alive. The disciple Matthew is overjoyed to see Peter, James, and John in Jerusalem. He dreams of preaching, but is disheartened when he learns the other disciples prize his skills as a bookkeeper more than his teaching ability. He is further dismayed when Yeshua's mother asks him to help her compose a manuscript. He agrees, yet their differing visions cause friction between the two of them from the start. As words of their work spread throughout Jerusalem, they face pressure from both friends and foes, and when the Roman Empire turns an angry eye towards the holy city, Mary, Matthew, and the believers must endure an imaginable test of faith. And these are both from Bethany House. I am so excited! So guys, that's it. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my first Pango haul. Oh my goodness, I love Pango now. I think that this is a really great platform. It kind of reminds me a lot of what is that other place I got all my books from? Thrift Outlet. It kind of reminds me a lot of a thrift outlet, except this is just, you know, individual sellers that are on there selling their books. So I encourage you, fellow bookish reader friends, if you have books that you're wanting to destash, to get rid of, definitely check out Pango. I'm not sponsored, I'm not even signed up, I'm not a member, I get no kickback or anything like that, but it's a great way for you to get rid of the books that you have and get a little bit of money so that you can buy more books, because we know that booktubers like to buy books. Booktubers need to buy books. Booktubers read a lot of books, and so just being able to get that money back is really good. I will say that I think my most expensive book was $6, and a lot of these books right here were like $2 and $3, and you know, a lot of times you get free shipping after a certain point, $10, $15. So that's a really good thing, because I think I went on here to get one book, this book right here, but because she had these books and it gave me free shipping, I was like, well, I might as well take these books for my homeschool library for my kids, versus paying that money for shipping. So just something to think about. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully if you haven't tried Pango, again, you will try it, or maybe consider selling there. But I just appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. I appreciate the love and support. If you don't know already, I absolutely love pink hearts. If you leave me pink hearts in the comments, it means so much to me. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And until the next video, I'll always say read another book and blessings.